Very good. Thank you very much. Dr. Cario, a number of questions have come up. There's been recent news about an employee at Concordia. Could you speak to that situation?
I think the best way to do that is to just refer you to a university document that we sent out very recently, and you'll see Concordia's statement on that situation. So that's probably the most succinct way to do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Thank you. A couple of questions just came in concerning that document, Dr. Cario. That document was sent out via email just a little bit ago before the town hall. So those of you who are asking, you may find it in your email boxes. Also, for those who are using social media such as Facebook, it will be shared there and also through the alumni pages as well. So that's the easiest way that you'll find that statement from Dr. Cario about that employee. Very good, thank you. And we are down to our last couple of minutes, but there are two questions, Dr. Cario, that I'd like to share that come out of the chat. So we'll ask you to pace yourself on these, and I'll give you both questions, ask you to answer them in order, because I think the last one is especially important.
Okay.
In some of the communication or information that's come out, the reference was made that in an article that appeared in a publication that there were numerous, I think the exact quote I'm reading in the chat is numerous factual errors. I know that your team has done an extensive review of that article, but for the sake of our folks that are joining us, could you give perhaps just one example of what you mean by that? And then secondly, and really at the heart of all of this, whether they are parents or alumni or even current students for that matter, what can you say, or what assurance can you give that Concordia is still committed to our mission and providing a clear Christ-centered message to all of our students, through all of our faculty, within all of our curriculum, in everything we do? So, right. Your turn.
To tell the truth, we are struggling a bit to figure out how to respond, in what format to respond based on the way that this document came out and the publication that it came out in. But that is something that we have to figure out how to do. I will give one example of a problem that I see with that document. As I read the document, the author has an incomplete understanding of accreditation. And I can be more specific. The document refers to the university's regional accrediting body, Higher Learning Commission, or HLC. The assertion is HLC does not allow Concordia to retain or remain a Christian institution. That is not correct. The HLC standards allow for a university, an institution of higher education, to shape its curriculum and its whole entity around its mission. HLC wants that mission to be clear so that students and others can understand it. But HLC does not inhibit Concordia University from being a Christian institution, an institution of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. Again, in the interest of time, let me respond to the last piece. And again, I deal with this as a historian. For 141 years, Concordia has been an institution of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. It has certainly seen changes over that time. In the 1960s, it expanded away from just being a pre-sem program for young men preparing for the senior college and then the seminary. In the 1970s and 1980s, it expanded by helping to prepare people for secular as well as church vocations. But in all of those changes, it has remained an institution of the church. I certainly understand the challenges that we have in figuring out what that looks like and what that means. But from the perspective of the Board of Regents, from the perspective of administration, that has not changed at all.
Thank you very much. And with that, we'll need to wrap things up here. But as you note very well, Dr. Cario, times have changed, but God's word does not change. And I know your personal commitment to that and your strong commitment to our Lutheran identity here at Concordia. And that is reflected as you interview and work with potential instructors here on campus, and also with the courses and everything that we do and teach. We aren't perfect, but by God's grace, we continue to try to live out our mission, holding up his word in all that we do. So thank you very much to all of you who were able to join us today. We appreciate that. Again, if you have comments for the Board of Regents or the search committee in particular, please use that link that I provided earlier. And it's again on our website. If you go to our homepage, there is a link on the right-hand side of the page for the presidential search. Click on that and scroll down and you'll find a place where you can click to leave any comments for the search committee. And then in the email that was sent out by Dr. Cario, you will also find a link at the very bottom to extend any additional questions or share comments.